So who is going to do the recap? Let's get them rollies. Voldreth. Actually, it's just two of you, isn't it? Oh, Voldreth with a 13.
Is it
Marla.
unlucky? Maybe.
Oh, me.
Mm, mm. Dun 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 dun. The suspense. With a 4. Is that a natural 1?
No, it's a 4.
No, it's a 4. Okay. Fantastic. So, take it away, Marla.
Let me pull off my note here. We started last session with us being in the middle of combat, basically. We had just finished one affair, and we were starting a new one. Basically, we had to deal with Grumnir's militia and with Smolder, who was this very powerful-looking ogre that came in from one of the sides of the arena. Basically, Grumnir's militia were kind of dodging Smolder, and they had set it up where it was a kind of a play fight where Smolder would land some hits, but nobody would get killed. Somebody did get killed from Grumnir's militia. We managed to survive somehow, but in the end, it wasn't really one of those combats where you try to down the other opponent so much as put on a show for the crowd and hope that they enjoy it enough to let everybody live another day. I have more detailed notes on how exactly we fought him, but the point is, that we did fight him, and in the end, we decided to let him win. Um, and we found at the end of the combat that Smolder took off his like I think he had some armor guarding his face, and he took that off, and he looked like this disfigured and battered, and generally not doing very well individual. Um, he apparently he has been winning for 28 weeks in a row. In terms of the runner-ups, it was between us and Grumnir's militia. And despite the fact we had more people standing at the end of the combat, the crowd preferred Grumnir's militia to us, which I guess is fine. They had that home turf advantage and such. Anyway, after that, we were kind of ushered through a gate. Smolder kind of pointed to one of the exits which is kind of like the winner's exit from the arena, and he started having a conversation with Lothar, in which Smolder basically showed that he's actually a much smarter and more mellow individual, and not just a hunking brute of doom. Anyway, he was sitting on this stool, which basically for us was like for us and for the dwarves, it was like a dining table. And he talks to us all civil-like, and um, even at one point, the others even created a private area for us to speak freely in case we wanted to say anything as we leave the ring. We kind of explained our quest partially, but the issue is that right now it seems we're stuck in this loop of combat and mercenaryism that happens in this arena, and we need to figure out how to get out of that. Lothar was saying that he could live a life like this if needed. He could make enough money to buy Liv's contract and just live like this. The rest of us are kind of trying to get out of it, though. And that night, before I went to sleep, I contacted the Fairy Queen, and she kind of just told me that like, she was worried about where I am. She kind of, I suppose, she felt the binding spells and everything uh, that exists in this fortress. And she suggested that I hurry home. Um, and that this is something that Lothar had asked me, if there are any spells or rituals to bind someone to secrecy. And she said that she does know some such rituals, but it would be easier for her to teach me them in the Feywild. And at the start of this session, we're supposed to do an investigation check on our returned belongings. I wrote that down last time.
Absolutely.
That's it.
So we'll start there. Let's get 4 investigation rolls.
Yay.
As just to open the session, we will do a jump through to the following day. You all have had a long rest. Those of you rested, mark off any recovery that you need to consider. Make sure you carry over any actions as well. And in the morning, as you sort of come to, there's a knock on the door, and there's a small cart being pulled magically as there's two watchers with a tough-looking dwarf pulling this cart, who sort of open the door and hand off a couple of satchels towards whoever opens the door, which is your returning of your belongings. And as you get those belongings come through, you each go through. So we have an 18 for Ariel, we've got a 7 for Torbran, 9 for Voldreth, and a 16 for Salothar. Salothar and Ariel, you find everything, though you didn't hand over much, accounted for as expected. Torbran, everything that you can recall hanging over. Most importantly, your armaments, they're returned. Voldreth, you find everything apart from the nice walking cane that you turned over.
Hey! My stick's missing.
Must have got
What
lost
did
in
you
the
say?
mail.
Which stick?
I at least I got my wooden one, I suppose.
Okay, so we didn't lose the important stick, did we?
Keep it down, the watchers might be listening.
Oh,
Or shall I say the Shadow Consortium, the sneaky buggers?
Yeah, we don't have any of them around here. Sign here, please, for the accepting of goods. Thank you.
uh, sure, I'll do it.
No, you've seen better days.
Broken ribs heal, but you know, do a number on your voice.
I see. All right, have a good day. Yeah, impressive stuff. Nice to see some new blood in the ring. He turns and leaves.
Not sure whether he meant that literally or not.
Is there anything anyone would like to get up to? The day is yours in Old Crag Keep, I believe it is.
Was it a long rest that we could mark off?
You've had
or
a long rest,
short
yes. It's the following day. Though here, no natural light, it is sort of hard to keep track of the hours.
So, do we request an audience with Her Majesty? The sooner we're out of her hair, the better it is for the people here, and the better it is for us.
Well, wasn't Smolder gonna put in a word for us?
Well, true, but he was gonna put in a word. We still need to talk to her, don't we?
Yes, and also I suppose we should talk to the man who's doing the dealings, right, with the thing we came here for, the dwarf.
Right, you guys were supposed to, what, arrange the shipment or something?
Yeah, I think we
Didn't
kind of
we?
did.
Weren't we supposed to
but,
contact Phineas?
yeah, right. We need a sending for that. There we go. That's what I was
Yeah.
missing.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to talk to Phineas. That's what I was going to do.
As you
Well,
prep up your sending spell. We don't necessarily have to roleplay out the
Cleric
entire day. We
praise.
can just jump through to. It will be
Yeah.
a couple of days before, like, you are able to approach the. All the names have gone out of my head. What's the queen's name? All the names are gone.
Ma.
Raki?
I just remember the
Leader
guy
of Craig.
calling him Ma.
Yeah, he called him Ma.
Warcraft.
Uh, mm, mm, mm.
Right?
Lady, what's her name?
Did you give us the name?
Was it just Lady Cragkeep? Is that what I called her?
I think it was something
so.
like that.
I think it
Yeah.
was Lady Cragkeep.
And you were
Yeah.
you were saying that they call the place Crack Heap now officially because of she's
Yes.
there.
Yes,
So
basically, yes.
yeah.
Yep, there we go. Right. One of those little things. Apologies. Right, okay. So, list of a couple of things to do over the next few days. So you want to do a sending spell? Is there anything else anyone wants to crack on with?
I'm gonna do a reply to the Fairy Queen, which will probably be this morning.
Okay.
So yeah, I need to think of 25 words to say.
Both casters planning their messages. Torbran?
Yeah.
Salothar?
Hmm.
I'm going to go visit the bookie and see if there's any compensation for runners-up. You know, partial bets and stuff.
You can make an investigation check with advantage to see if you can find the person who you made a bet with, because it was just some guy on the street.
I will scout for any potential unforeseen exits out of this shithole.
You can make either a survival or an investigation check for me.
A survive
Ah,
it will
Not
be.
finding anyone.
You have advantage, Salothar.
Oh, okay.
13.
Okay, I am
survival.
finding someone.
A natural.
You are.
So we'll pick up with Salothar. Salothar, you eventually find takes you it takes you what initially you thought was, you went to the same location, wasn't there, and then you just sort of heard like passing conversation as you heard a voice you recognized, and eventually cornered the individual who looked rather gleefully at first at seeing you return, and obviously reminded you of his thank you very much for gambling. It was a good bet, clean, honest work. You did a good innings, he says. But obviously, a bet's a betting, and well, you didn't win, did you?
Oh,
Smolder took it home again.
I'm just here to inquire, since you obviously are an honest individual who knew that Smolder would actually win, whether there's any partial earnings from people who make it far enough to be notable.
Oh, have you not had your payout yet?
No, not yet.
No, I might take a day or two to come through. Probably should. Well, rumor has it.
Oh.
Never won it myself, but
Oh, so people actually get payouts from that arena?
allegedly. Otherwise, no one would partake.
You might want to set up a booth or something. People might think that you're just some guy on the street out to muscle people out of their money.
Oh, glad my disguise doesn't get past you, eh? You can make an inside check if you
So,
want. That's not a finished
oh
roll.
wait.
It's not a finished roll. Rolling 120 on a 13. On a 13, you would get the impression this guy is exactly what you just said. He is an individual on the street who you happened to collar and offered an opportunity that he couldn't pass on to an outsider. You have been the mark this time.
Case in which I would very much like my money back so I can put them up with a proper bookie.
You can make an intimidation roll. Or persuasion, whichever you are attempting to go for.
He is not trying to be nice. So.
Okay, intimidation roll. On a 13. Dwarf commoner, average stats. I think 13 will do. He says, well, I've already spent half of it. But
You can give me the half you didn't, and I'll let you keep a couple of coins for your trouble.
He gives you 15 gold pieces.
I'm not an unreasonable person. And I would also like to, acquiring for your cut for services rendered, I would also like the bits my companions put up as well.
I don't know of any other bets. I only made one with you. Did they perhaps go to the proper bookies
Maybe.
at the grounds?
So I do only take 14 gold and leave him a gold piece.
Okay.
See, you seem like an honest fellow. Have a drink. On me.
He looks very perplexed at the scenario, but he takes it, and the dwarf sort of scurries away at the first opportunity you give him.
I do make a good note of his face.
Okay.
No.
Make a history roll for me and make a note of it. I'll give you advantage because you are taking an effort to do so.
Okay. 18.
Okay. You have an 18 in memorizing his features.
Okay.
All right, Torbran.
Uh,
As you are
I rolled a
exploring the
13.
vast city for a 13. Lots of 13s today. You find yourself on the second day. There's an old passage that seems to be blocked off by a few sort of bits of debris, bits of litter that the nearby shops are using to sort of block up, and it's just acting as a sort of stowaway. It's not traversed down. There's thick dust on the floor, but you get the impression there's something down there. There's a cold breeze and a draft, but light evades it as it goes way off through one of the external walls, or at least it looks like it leads into the back of a building, and then cold darkness that even your dark vision doesn't really grant you any distinguishing features. You don't push further at this point. Other
This
than
might be
that,
worth
it
the
seems like
others.
a pretty well secured city with a main entrance gate that is barred and blocked from the inside, and the other one that you are fully aware of is the entrance that you made your way in previously, the prison's gate.
Yeah. That's not happening.
Okay. Whilst you're out doing your recon, do we have a sending for Phineas? Voldreth?
Do. I'm flicking through my little holy tome. Aha! And I mind send. Galvinium! Delivery needs organising for ship, airship, cheap, or teleport instant. We can't leave. Need evac help. We have to fight in a ring. We almost die.
You feel it cut off before you quite get to. We had to fight in a. End of message. A moment later, you hear back. Great stuff. I knew he'd come in good. Trust you're okay. Quickest shipment possible, please.
Oh, he wants the quick one. I better let Lothar know.
You did tell him the increased prices, right?
I don't care. We're spending these years anyway. It don't matter.
All right, fair enough. I hope Phineas is gonna take my
However,
head
he
for
did
this.
say he wants bodyguards on delivery. That being us, yeah, we teleport with it.
Well, that might be worth discussing with Gus, actually. Though, seeing how Gus is, that will probably cost us extra. I guess that's the cost of doing business. For Phineas.
Oh, I just done it to his tab. I'm sure he's fine.
Well, in the meantime, I've been looking for other ways to maybe get out of this hellhole. I found one place that might be could be promising, but I haven't ventured far enough yet to completely confirm it. So we might have a backup needed.
Did Lothar arrive? Come back to
Sure,
the
yes,
party?
you guys are all having this open conversation. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, it turns out I'm absolutely bad at finding bookies, and the one I thought was a bookie was just some guy who took the money off me. I got half of it back, so there's that.
Well, I guess you did better than most of them.
Well, maybe you guys actually found a proper bookie, since he didn't. I don't think we saw the same person.
Hmm. Well, I haven't seen any gold yet, though.
And there is supposed to be a payout from the arena coming in, so it wasn't all for just nothing.
Did you ask where?
I don't think that guy was in a position to know. We might as well go to the arena and ask.
Well, at this rate, I might as well ask Lady Crackheap if she has any gold for me.
Yeah, well, let's just ask her if we can leave before Varney burns this place down with us in it.
Well, if anything, this might actually be a place Varney might actually do some good to burn down.
Let's not
Crack
meddle into
keeps
other people's
burning,
businesses.
crack keeps burning.
Are you saying I should
You know,
send a sending message to
one of
Varney
the
to burn?
one of the one of the songs about
It's crazy
serene
that you can actually do that. Like, my
Yep.
God. The
P.S.
abilities
We're
this
here.
game gives
Come help
us.
me.
Oh, wow.
Maybe after we've left, a bit of karma for him for taking our gold.
Wait for
That's
delivery.
definitely a chaotic evil action, though. Like, if you
boy.
play that, it's like, oh.
Yeah, you won't be
There
having
was
radiant damage on your spells after that.
Yeah, definitely. No more options, just necrotic.
Now
was
Walter,
just
one
maybe you should do it.
narcissism damage.
My cherubs turn to little evil devil cherubs.
Devils.
Yes.
Devils with pickaxes. Anyway, my apologies. Ariel, your
Yes.
opportunity.
So I'm just gonna pick up where I left off. She was asking me where I am and that I should hurry home. I'm going to tell her I'm in Orkrop. Uh there is magic in place to keep me from hiding in the ways of our people. It's horrible. I want to leave, and I'm working on it.
Okay. It would come back. I should say something along the lines of, Orkrop. A deep evil lurks there. Try not to catch its eye. No need to rush. I trust you will be safe.
Mm-hmm.
Don't
Okay.
stay adrift on the sands of time for too long. And the last one, she says, remember, light doesn't last long in the dark.
Mhm. Interesting.
Is she talking about guns?
I don't know what she's talking about.
No muzzle flashes.
Mhm. Well, when I'll
Sorry, she
find them
doesn't say in
again,
the key point here. She doesn't say in the dark, in the depths. I got that wrong.
in the
Sorry,
depth.
in the depths.
Nice, nice. You'd better be happy that I have this on my pen. I can
Yes,
erase.
my equivalent of the backspace on the notepad.
Exactly.
Technology is wonderful.
Undo. Yes. No, but seriously, I want. How does this thing work? It's a gel pen. I don't get how it. Whatever.
I haven't used a gel
It's-
pen since 2000. When it
Oh,
exploded in
Kids
my
no,
mouth.
let's
nowadays,
talk of
the
gel pens.
technology they have.
Oh, there's a feather and a quill. Oh, let's
Do they
talk
still
of
cost
gel
like 50
pens.
quid per pen though?
Yeah.
Jeez whiz.
Mhm.
Anyway, answer.
Yeah.
You have a couple of days. If the party wants to either send an envoy or collectively, you can go back to the ring. If from my notes, you do have an outstanding order at the Artisan Forge, and you're also due a meeting with Lady Cragkeep. So that's what's on my notes for guidance.
When
Yeah.
she'll find everyone after she did this particular sending, she's gonna mention to Lothar and the others that uh, apparently my queen knows of a great evil here. I'm not sure she was referring to Lady Cragheap, and I think we should be careful not to go too deep. That's what she suggested.
Okay.
This is why you
That's
folk
easy.
are so inefficient. Why no specifics? Why so cryptic?
She's not all knowing. She's not a god. Might just not know.
Oh. Hey, there's a giant manticore in the depths. Please don't venture there. Love, Queen.
The fairy queen.
Love, mom.
Aw.
Speaking of
Yeah.
burning down, there was this old song in the Dominion about the adventures of the first seneschal, Serene, and they all ended with, and then it burned to the ground, burned to the ground, burned to the ground, and then it burned to the ground for no apparent reason.
Oh, you want about Fort Ferren?
Oh goodness me! Oh, when the law compounds itself.
Oh, I remember. Oh, they sang tales of that in Dunbar, they did.
Oh god, Voldreth was there. Or actually, question to Voldreth: was Voldreth there, or was he
Long
just
ago, was
aware
it?
of it?
How long ago?
100 years.
Yeah, I was alive.
Yeah, you were alive, but were you in Farron when Farron burned?
Oh, I was in Dunbar.
Ah,
Oh,
yeah.
I've just heard tales of the song. Oh, didn't they have some guy named Asmon?
It's so fascinating to me how music functions. You just get something stuck in your head, and it doesn't matter if it's like a piece of historical lore or just some funny rhyme that a bard thought of. It just gets stuck in your head, and then it becomes truth, no matter what.
I love
Can
how
I
I
do a
have to
second tale?
ask this question. Was that Ariel or Alex speaking? Because I don't know.
No, it was Ariel. It was Ariel.
That was so perfectly thread. I couldn't tell. Wonderful. That was the most impassioned thing Ariel has said in this campaign.
Aw.
Didn't the bard do a second song about Serene and the Wolf God?
I mean, it's the Iron Dominion. Half the songs are about Serene and the Wolf Guard.
Yeah, but didn't one guy go complete psychopath?
What was his name? Bird?
Uh,
I'm not on about Varney here. He's a psychopath anyway. I mean, the other one, he was like a fish or something. I can't
you mean
remember.
the fish that sleeps in every woman's bed? That fish?
No, you're on about. Oh no, I can't remember
Frogfish.
his name. Aren't you on about? Oh, I can't remember
No,
his
because
name.
that is how the song goes. Whoever that fish was, The Dominion remembers him as constantly chasing after one woman or several.
Fish out of water.
Now I want a good trout.
Oh.
Well,
I want
I
the
got
back.
bad news. We're underground. There's no fish. But now you mention it, I could go for some salmon.
Hmm. Is there no fish
Ah,
underground? I don't know much about underground.
Have we seen any running water?
Make a history check for me, Torbrun. Because
History.
you're the only one who will have had passive perception high enough to answer that question. On a 15,
5. No, that's 5.
you don't recall having
Oh.
encountered any. And so, where to next, party? And a couple of days to yourself, so don't be afraid to say the next day or day after.
Well, we've got a couple of days before items are ready. Wild theory. Let's go find some fish.
Bro.
Is this the beach
Maybe
episode?
we should.
Is this becoming the beach episode?
The underground beach.
The underground beach episode.
What was the
I
due date for Gus's for the
It
armor
was
at Gus?
2 days, and you get the impression it probably didn't include the delivery day. So this will be day 1, day 2, and then afterwards you could have it. But again, we're playing timey-wimey here. We're just playing loose with it.
well, Sir Lothar will want to a actually he'll want to do 3 things.
Mhm.
First, go to the arena and check about the payout. Secondly, see if there's any libraries where he could research relics of the order. And thirdly, inquire about an audience with Lady Cragkeep.
Okay.
I will join Lothar for the arena for the bookie, and I will. I assume the lady of the crack keep, are doing that as a party, and I would like to go to Gus in 1 day or so.
Okay.
And I would like to go fish checking with Valdred.
So what we'll probably do is we'll say anyone not want to go to the arena now? Check up on that. Anyone not want to go? Then the party
This
goes
is
to the
just
arena.
for
Okay.
this is just for the bookies and the
Just for the
stuff,
bookies,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
get that
yeah.
impression,
Let's
yeah.
go.
But and also
I'll
possibly an
I'll
opportunity
join.
to say hi to Smolder or anyone else.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. To socialize
Okay.
with the arena peeps.
So you make your way down to the arena. We'll say on the second day, so a day after. It's not you've had a break. You get some curious looks, a few people who acknowledge you, a few people who salute you with a hearty dwarven salute. Respect for the ring, respect for the ring. I appreciate the hand gesture on the camera that's not being captured for the recording, but the salute is shared across the conversations, the chat. It's brilliant. And you make your way down back to so Valdreth actually would lead with Torbrun where you found the stand to which you placed your bets. It's sort of you wait around and eventually someone comes over and sort of says yes they could help with your inquiry. They look up your bets and find they have recorded 15 gold under the name of Torbrun, failed with 0 payout, and a 10 gold under the name of Voldreth with failed 0 payout in their records. They do then proceed to go and get one of the arena's managers, i.e., one of the watchers, and eventually out of the woodwork comes Speaker False Eye, or False Eye. And you recognize this to be the announcer who was in the ring in the day you were competing. And he brings over a piece of parchment rolled up and hands it to whoever asks, or whoever accepts it.
I will take it.
Okay. It's sealed with an emblem of two crossed axes on a shield, and you know this to be plastered all around the Ring of Carnage. Seems to be the symbol itself representative. And as you sort of break it and open it, it says, "In hereby recognition of third place finish on the 32nd week of the year," scribbled in very fine font. You gesture over it. And it says, "To the party recognized by the handle of Torbrun's Blot, you are hereby awarded of some 20 years per combatant to each party member."
Wow.
I will read it. Right. I look at what was his name? Falstyle. I look at him like I realize you guys trade and have years as currency.
Oh, thank you. That reminds me. And he goes to the party names where it says Torbrun's, Torbrun 20, Selothar 20, Ariel 20, and then crosses your 20 out and puts 2.5. Torbrun.
Why?
Looks like someone can't pay for their upgrades now, can they? Hey.
Well, as it was noted on sign up, you had a bet that you were going to win. You paid the tithe of 17.5 years.
About that. You didn't tell us the game was rigged.
Rigged? How do you mean rigged? He
I
takes
just
great
put a
offense to it.
I put a hand on on Torbrun's shoulder. What my friend means is that you didn't tell us that the arena champion was going to irredeemably mop the floor with whatever you threw at him.
I'm sorry. Did you not see all the once again titles as you walked past in the lobby before you made your way out? Did you not see the 28 photo? Well, commissioned. Well, I suppose only 27 of them are hanging at the moment. The 28th is in progress. 27 parchments of the victor Smolder in various poses in that hallway that you must have walked past to get to the arena. Don't tell me you
Well,
missed those in the dark.
We figured it was mostly for show.
Well, you learnt the hard way, I'm afraid. Such is life.
I suppose.
No, I won't have you going around implying this whole wonderful event is rigged. How dare you say that? And I will overlook this insult for this time. Acknowledgement of your out of the blue finish, defying many of the bookies' hopes for you, shall we say. He looks rather frustrated at the party and sort of insulted as well.
I will slam the table. I demand my gold back.
I'm sorry, did you win the bet?
As I said. One moment. Cat is eating. Sure.
Torbrun,
A stray cat walks under Torbrun's foot.
I lean in and say, let's not betray the few friends we've just made here. It's not worth it.
Why are
Besides,
you like this, Lothar?
like how?
You don't want my food. You stand between me and my gold.
Oh, like I kept telling you guys, I'm a walking killjoy.
Oh, you can sure say that.
Now let's go. You can have 10 of my years if that helps with anything.
I don't care about the years.
I do. Have you seen the kind of stuff they sell here?
Speaking of, we do have a
As,
gift shop if you are of any interest.
Oh,
as Lothar says that, it sort of like goes on in my brain. It's like, right. I will ask the false eyes. Why do you accept gold for the the bets? Isn't it useless here?
Not useless. It's more like it's since the decoining act was decreed, we've more used the year system that's been a more, shall we say, enforced currency. We've all gotten used to it. It was a bit of a rough in the
so
transition.
you've replaced gold coins with banknotes that are the years of the slave labor you guys managed to.
Promissory notes of time owed, and you
Of
could
course,
exchange
bank.
this piece of parchment for, if effectively, 62.5 years equivalent exchange.
So, do you want Pope Varney to come knocking at your door for stealing his ideas, or is
Why would the
Huh?
right hand of the Church of the Golden
promise?
One have any interest in what goes on in the depths of Crad Keep?
You're essentially describing the promissory guild notes, which are essentially banknotes from the Golden Keep. It's the same kind of currency, except it's not covered in slave labor, it's covered in slave years. I just wave my hand,
the
trying
dwarf
to
sort of looks at
explain
you
that.
just like, so
Ariel
did.
just looks at you extremely confused because up until now she has genuinely understood this time
Yep.
as actual time because Feywild.
Mhm.
So she's like notes and labor. She's just like question mark, question mark above her head, you know.
They
But
just made a
she'll
new type of. They just made a new type of currency.
I was about to, Falsai was about to just say, well, perhaps it's called a foreign currency in lands far away. You could take it what you will, but this is how we operate here.
Oh,
I haven't had to exchange
makes a
any
whole lot more. Makes a whole
Dominion
lot more.
years. I don't even know if they have years of Dominion.
We use gold like civilized people.
So last year.
Lothar laughs at that. Yeah, well, we're old-fashioned that way.
Would there be an exchange rate for gold years?
Well, seeing as the dwarf who woke up on the wrong side of the gold ore has come to with his politeness, what's an interesting question. Various denizens here in Crackkeep would probably exchange it, but it's more or less hardened exchange rate. It's more down to the individual.
So it's whatever they feel like giving us for the years, essentially.
Effectively, as ore has now become, sorry, the gold coinage is now almost more valuable in its smelted down form rather than anything. So most people will be heading off to the Transactions Guild and trading it in, possibly to the Forge, to get some years back, basically.
I see.
Well, if I'm assuming this concludes our business for the time being.
As I say, the gift shop's on the second floor, and I believe there's someone who would like to say hello, waiting for you outside.
Oh.
Oh,
Before you go, did you ever catch that person interfering?
He stiffens up and straightens his back, and he sort of tries to make himself as tall as he can be for a dwarf. And he just sort of says, I'm sure the Watchers are exhausting every metric they can to hunt down the perpetrators in question. Though, for integrity, the match results stand as the audience decreed. Grumner's militia in second, yourselves in third, and Smolder is the reigning champion.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that one. I meant the one where you took me into the office and had the guy look at me with his weird eye.
I don't know what you're talking about? And he looks at you sternly.
Last question. How do I become a watcher?
A long time, he says through gritted teeth. Watching.
I will lean over Paul's side and sort of in a low voice. Add those 17.5 years back onto paper, and nobody else will find out about what you just don't know. Wouldn't want to get word out
About what you just don't know. What? Do you
about
want to
what
go again?
Voldra just said. About what Voldra just
You
laid
won't
out.
spread rumors. Okay.
Yeah.
Make a persuasion roll. I'm not going to give you intimidation because there is military presence. Just it's not making itself like aggressively.
Persuasion. A 9.
Anyone want to give him advantage or assistance?
I
Sorry, not advantage, but want to make the roll again. Any
okay. Well,
attempted persuasion?
Lothar would add. It kind of looks odd that somebody would intervene on our behalf and then make it visible enough so that the blame would fall on us afterwards, almost like somebody has it in had it in for Torbjorn's blood. It does kind of seem odd. Kind of seems like the kind of thing we'd have to bring to somebody else's attention. For your sake and the arena's sake, you don't want these kinds of rumors spreading around.
I will let Sir Lothar make a persuasion roll on that.
Okay.
On an 18.
18.
Okay. He takes the parchment, puts a complete black line through what's on Torbjorn, and says, 10 years.
We have
And
a
we'll call
deal.
it even. Now, be out of my sight, please. Don't hit the
For your
door on the way out.
troubles. For your troubles, you can detract 1 year from my
I'm
tab.
not interested.
Transfer it to you.
1 year isn't even worth bending over for.
Isn't it even worth one good drink and one good tavern?
Couldn't even get half a pint with a year. Nothing worth its
Oh,
weight.
stuff's expensive here then.
Only the good stuff. You sort of
Oh,
taking in his attire. You can see he's all fine decor and elegant robes. This is a wealthy, presenting individual.
well, thank you very much for your service, sir, and we wish you good luck with your future arena fights. Here's to many more of Smolder's victories. He inclines his head as he leaves.
Speaking of, and as you leave, standing on the outside, towering over the dwarves and passers-by on the exterior of the Ring of Carnage, leaning up against the interior of this mountain crevice that enters the general area, is a towering ogre. Now seeing him at his full height, uncladded in armor, there's more appearance of him that you would expect to see with Smolder, and the thought sort of goes, ogres are tall, but this one's really tall. Almost, and I think with what Sir Lothar certainly knows with anatomy and general military training, you would certainly be doubting full ogre, potentially half ogre, half giant.
Okay.
The stature of Smolder towers over you, and a fist comes up into the air. He goes, Smolder, Smolder, as various passers-by turn around and start joining in with the chant as he addresses you all
Lothar,
with such a chant.
Lothar inclines his head and just goes, Lord Smolder, a pleasure.
Lord.
Big title.
Oh. Big
No,
warrior.
my friend just likes to flower his speech. He says around for the crowd to hear.
Smolder like flour. I mean, smolder burn flour, he says louder for everybody.
Uh, I
You see,
assume you want us to follow you somewhere, right?
he inclines his head in a direction. As the party is led down a few streets, it is quite interesting. For if you were to describe a a strong, potent wizard wielding magic to part water as you were to pass down a river, like a sea, the crowd split perfectly down, granting passage for Smolder, clearing a way through everyone and everything. Shop fronts are being pulled aside, doors are being slammed closed, carts are magically getting out the way before him. Like following an ambulance down a protested street. Everything. You're in the premium highway here. As you can see, many people following in behind you, either you or getting in front of you, but staying behind Smolder, taking advantage of this to move hastily. And eventually he turns a corner and not too far, probably 5 minutes away from the Ring of Carnage, you find yourself at what you would only describe as an excavated, mined out ore cave that has makeshift doors and a large mounted ballista just in the wall, pointed down at the bottom of this entrance. To which he reaches up with his arm. This thing is like mounted 20 feet tall into the air. He reaches up with his arm, just pulls out a heavy, large bolt and hands it to you. Single-handedly, this thing comes down, and this is like a proper dumbbell chest pressed in length, this bolt. In fact, you recognize this to be the very ballista that he was wielding in the arena.
Whoa, you fired this at me and I lived?
No, he sort of gestures inside. As the door opens, it's a bit of a makeshift door. You get in, and as you pull back, a very thin, what you realize to be a very soft, very gentle and wonderful. This is assuming you're not wearing gloves, anyone not wearing gloves. This like almost satin feeling curtain behind the door. This thing is black on the outside. On the inside, you see it's actually some kind of like tailored tapestried mural on the reverse. And on the interior, you see a renovated, if I was to picture a renovated hobbit hole that a troll lived in, but it still carried the architecture and contents of that said hobbit. Fine, crude works of butchered wood, but yet pristine original pieces of wood just bolted in at weird angles and cells. You see bookshelves, almost like a fine collection, well tended to. You find a table and chair set clearly designed for small dwarf-like individuals, and then a large, what you would only describe as monstrous throne. Obviously just a large chair for Smolder himself, and a bed that you have never dreamt of seeing. It is so vast, you think you could fit probably 10 people in that, comfortably, and no one would be touching.
A what again?
A bed.
Ah, bed. Wow.
This is a single bachelor pad for any giant that could be dreamed of on the market. And as you pull the door to and the curtain is closed, Smolder turns and just says to you, "Well, very appreciative of the name title, and I do have a fondness for, as you can see, flowers that they tend not to last particularly long, and you can just see painted on the wall is just a rose and like a couple of orchids just in a vase painted on the
Aw.
wall."
Lothar would immediately be drawn by the bookshelves as he talks.
Mhm.
That's it's quite impressive.
You have a lovely home.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to welcome people into it. Not many people get to come over, you know. Had to make it nice, as you know, presence of a lady was coming, but rest of you sure have seen worse abodes. And anyway, I had a proposition for you all, if you
We
were
are listening.
interested.
Oh,
You see, I have let the side down a little bit yesterday. We scored 7 of 8 targets, and that obviously leaves one. And it's come to my attention they've rescinded their vacancy from participating in the arena next week, which effectively means there's a bounty still out on their head. I was wondering if you would be interested in discreetly taking care of this target. If not, not to worry, we can send the contract to other hunters, but it was I got wind of it, and I have a day's grace lead if I could find someone to take care of it for me.
Just one question. Are we hunting down political dissidents by any chance, or are they just regular troublemakers that need to be put down?
I just get a name.
Why ask us?
Well, you seemed like you were in need of some coinage and some jobs from when we last spoke a few days ago.
It is true. Um,
to be fair, we also could use the experience.
Well, it's been a while since I've parted on what is effectively is an assassination mission. But
think of it mostly
Right?
as a manhunt. There's a difference.
Do we bring them in like in their entirety? They're gonna be
Do you,
fine. They're gonna
Evidence that
resist
they are
arrest and
evidence of their demise is sufficient, but
oh
it's more of a just that's all that we needed, really.
okay. Mm.
um, did you manage to speak to her lady?
I did indeed. Ma was surprised that the party who had come to place such a large order of Calvinium decided to step into the ring on the same day. To be honest,
Well, as you can tell, we're not the brightest bunch.
or not simply just standard envoys. And he's looking at you with great curiosity. You feel
Oh,
in not to say the player feels. I think that's an overreach of the DM, but this gargantuan being is insightfully interrogating you with his eyes, though his posture is calm and posed, but poised.
we do have nothing to hide, so if you do want to ask questions, ask away.
I've
It's
already
easier
done
when you speak plainly.
my digging, my sources. Hmm. Let's just say I went to the and he seems to stumble on a word. The mechanical man, dwarf. He was very forthcoming with his information. Smolder need only say Smolder, and people talk to Smolder.
Ah,
Aw.
It has its perks, but it's also rather lonely, to be honest. But that's not the point. I am more interested, as I don't think the story meets everything and ticks all the boxes.
How
Eh,
about we learn more about the story and maybe send you a message midway through the hunt?
no, unless he's talking about our story.
Your story, why you are here.
Ah, our story. Oh,
Because, well, we
Your
are on the run from his
your
pope ship.
play that you filled me in matched what you had effectively informed and what I got from other people, but there's something that doesn't make sense. If you are out
We
of
were
time, yet you are collecting time, Why are you not making time?
You can make time.
This is a
I
riddle.
don't. Wow.
It's more of a intelligence check if the players want to roll for it.
No, I
Can you
refuse to
repeat
roll. I'm
riddle?
sorry.
Don't worry, don't
I
worry.
will.
If
If
you are
you are
out of
out of
time, but you are collecting time, why are you not making time?
Let me write this down.
what makes you say that we are collecting time?
You are seeking compensation in the form of time.
Mostly by mere happenstance.
Well, as a matter of fact, we were only the main reason we participated in the arena. As envoys, we don't like to
Oh, I
pin
got a
down
15 on my intelligence.
the location
Mhm.
that we are sent to, which this location seems rather keen on doing. The arena seemed like a way to get out of this abode, if you will. And us being fairly able bodied, we seemed it to be the most efficient way done. That was until we realized in the final round where
That you
actually
can bring out, you can just swipe off an entire cavalry regiment and not get a scratch.
To be fair, I didn't really realize that we were fighting more than once either. So, did you guys? Did you?
Multiple rounds aren't surprising.
it's a tournament.
Multiple
It's
rounds is one thing, but being stuck in the ring of carnage week after week, that's not what I signed up for.
I've read about worse arena habits with orcs.
So, what did you say again? If you are out of time, but you are not?
but our collective time. Why aren't you making?
Okay. Wow. This sounds fascinating. Lovely riddles. I like
I'm gonna
riddles.
pull out
I'm terrible
Babel's
at
book.
riddles, though.
We'll try and find the chapter with that
Terrible.
riddle in there.
I will look at Smolder and I'll ask, what makes you think that we have intentions to join the next arena?
You cut out 3 times there. Go on. What makes you have
No.
intentions of
What makes you think that we have intentions to join the next week?
to join the next week?
Arena. Next week's arena.
Well, you've signed up. You've enrolled. The party is present until it withdraws.
I will look confused at Lothar. Didn't we withdraw?
Oh, we didn't. I assumed it was,
I assume you've had your contract payout by now.
we have.
Have you
Does
read
that,
the
does that obligate us to another fight? Do
Have
you
you read the
get your
bottom of it?
pay?
I will grab out the parchment.
Let's look
You
at the
see
parchment.
in the fine print
The
it
whole
says
party reads the parchment.
it says dwarf T's and C's and fine dwarven runes at the very bottom. And you begin to read through a very lengthy disclaimer. However, as you get through it, you
No,
get to the point of it.
no. I
the
don't read it. Never mind. I'll wait for the others to read it and give me the subtitles.
Torbran,
The long and short of it.
searching for this, would read eventually. Hours are valid so long as Torbran's blot is recognized as an active member competing in the Ring of Carnage.
Huh. It's quite clever. Quite clever.
But what if we
Yeah.
spend the hours and then withdraw?
The Smolder just shrugs and he goes, "Never thought of that really. It seemed to just be a no-brainer. I quite like the guaranteed income, to be honest. It's
I
very
can imagine.
much
Anything.
more
Anyway,
different than sitting in a cave, being alone all the time and having to hide out of sight rather than hide in the open."
Make a fair point.
ah,
However,
anyway, Point
If we are
was,
still here by next week, we might as well. But I've already told you what plans we've got. And I don't want the Golden Keep ransacking this place looking for us with us in it.
I would dare say your Fistius is the only one who knows you're here from the Golden Keep.
Information has a way of getting out eventually. The longer
I'm
we
not too worried
stay,
about that. Besides, I'd like to see them try and get in. It was quite a take when we came here, I could tell you that. And I rather doubt they have a family of half giants and half ogres there in beck and call. So I think we're safe here.
I wouldn't put anything past his popeship.
I'll remind you that we sort of stumbled in this place.
Aye, a small party of 4. And yet you couldn't take down one singular masterpiece, as he, very over the top, overacting, stands, or sorry, sits upright, and his arms touching the ceiling.
If only I knew how the gun worked that the DM gave me. Yes, you are correct.
Above table. Well, you fucking read the small print.
Grumbly noises.
Grumbles in
grumble,
dwarf.
grumble, grumble.
Grumbles in dwarf.
Well, clearly, you're not good at reading the fine print. You didn't look at the bloody contract, did you?
I have. Since when is a payout a contract?
At the very end that Voldreth then is pointing to, it says, upon acceptance of these payout and honouring these hours, the contract is now valid and you have accepted these agreement terms.
So it's like hiring a laborer. Once he can only get his pay if he signs up for next month's work. Landowners do this quite a lot, actually. Arena owners as well. So
Well, but the point stands.
you
If we find a
have-
way to leave this place before next week, then I suppose we won't be participating. But I guess as Lothar said, if we're still here, then
in the meantime,
on that
who
note, though,
exactly are we looking for and where?
the the name was I have it written down here, one moment. And he rumbles around in a small chest. He's looking for something. He's kind of preoccupied as the DM is quickly going through his notes. As you were going to say, Salotha.
Who exactly are we looking for and where are we looking for them?
And the name he gives you on a small piece of handwritten, barely legible, reads Hogel Undercloak. It's written in Ash's View.
So just the name.
Is he alone or does he have a retinue?
They're never. I don't think these people are ever alone.
Here's the address I've been given. And he hands you, and you don't quite know. Well, maybe one of you can make a survival roll for me. See if you
Sure.
recognize the address.
A 9. That's a bad roll.
You don't really reckon that no one here jumps out as.
I'm trained in survival, but I rolled a 1.
The party not sort of recognizing this bizarre street name, but he sort of gives you loose directions, and you realize it's not too far from your own abode.
Okay.
Should be roughly in
That's
the neighborhood.
convenient.
Dead, alive, whole, in parts.
Evidence of demise. It's
Which
required.
parts? Would you rather have a hand? Would you rather have the head?
Oh, pretty sure you could still live without a hand.
You'd be surprised what people ask for.
It gives you a very curious look.
I've done this before, and around Farron, I have been asked for hands. Both of them. So I'm not sure whether
Sure.
it was a case of him wanting the person alive and better off dead, or figuring heads are more gruesome than hands.
I leave it up to you with your methods of dispatch, but if I'd had another few seconds on the arena, this would. Well, I say not more. Had they actually made it to the final and not yourselves, and he points to the ballista bolt that you'd sort of left up against the wall and says, that had his name on it.
Oh,
I see.
okay.
Do you know anything about this Hoggle Undercloak?
Right,
Apart
a
from
description.
him being. No, I want to know what he's like, if possible. But the description is also good.
I have a name. And that's how it works.
Ah.
Well,
It's more helpful when Falsai is announcing by name as you enter into the arena as to who I'm to kill and who not to. You see,
Well, you really don't think about this at all, do you?
as the DM is
it's
attempting to say, here is a wise character, not an intelligent one.
I was about to say what he has in intelligence, he lacks in wisdom.
To the way around.
take it from a soldier.
Yeah.
The less you know about the person you kill, the better.
Wow, it's no wonder this is the state of the material plane. Not that we don't have. Not. I'm sorry, but it's not like we don't have politics
Realmist.
in the Feywild. But just complete disregard for who someone is just insane to me.
Do you spare the brigand who just murdered the merchant and maybe raped his wife just because he might have wife and kids of their own waiting back home for the food he got off the merchant?
You know this to be the case for Hagal?
No, no, not just speaking hypothetically.
What's that?
Uh, we're thinking about things that aren't real.
Ah,
I was
very
just
loud.
arguing for my.
But potentially could be at some point.
No, this was definitely real, and I did have him hanged.
Wow.
I see.
But I would have rather not known that a family starved on my account.
See, Smolder, this is what I have to deal with. Too much thinking.
Hmm.
So that's what I'm saying, Ariel, is that sometimes when you do have to bring the executioner's axe down, the
Listen,
less you know about the
so
less you
I
know, the
feel the
better.
need to share about Ariel. She's just all heart. She doesn't know anything about this, and she doesn't understand wisdom wise that this is something that you need to morally quander with. You know, she's just like hearts, flowers, sparkles. You know, she's just a girl. She's like a
Emotional
tiny little.
druid craft is constantly
Yes.
emanating from her.
Exactly. She has that. That's true. I was thinking it would be interesting. Do you know how those hoof shoes look?
Yep.
I was thinking it would be cool if she had her feet like that as a changeling trait.
Fair enough.
And in
fair
her
enough.
changing form, she could have that, you know, like
Wonderful.
a weird shape to her leg. Anyway, yeah, she's just all hearts. She's just all hearts. You have to think in the most girly way possible. And it balances because we have three badasses in the party, you know, and she's just there being the girl. So, yeah, that's what I had to say about that. She's gonna get out of this moral theoretic thing as quickly as possible. Just be like, I don't know, it's weird.
So,
It's bad.
I just need to know if you'll be taking the bounty or not.
What are we
we
getting
can
for it?
I believe there's a good few years in it.
Oh,
Or if you want, I think they
Well,
may
we,
even offer a coin payout, but that'd be your choice. Probably be frowned upon, but you would probably persuade them for it.
we can certainly try.
Well, looks like we have some time to kill anyway. Might as well
It
kill
sounds like it might be a
someone else.
useful endeavor to go around town at various merchants and find out what their exchange rate is for gold to years.
Hmm, fair point.
Because apparently it's flexible.
Is
Somewhere
this
there's an
infinite money?
accountant. Someone there's an accountant god rubbing his fingers.
There is, there is.
But if he's a god, does he have more than two?
Hmm? I suppose he depends on the god.
There are no gods of power. It's more of prestige and notoriety and hearsay.
There used to be. There used to be.
Well, maybe you can ask your god how to tell me if you're going to take this contract, but let me know.
Yes,
I
we're
need to
taking
look into
it.
You're taking it.
I did
Fantastic.
say we were going to
Yes.
try.
Great stuff. I will acknowledge that. Give me one moment. And he leans his head out the curtain. His torso sort of bends around, opens the door, shouts, "Smolder sorted." Door closes. You don't hear anything back. Comes back, goes,
Does he think that you just basically gave us a whole quest in a smolder speech?
he straightens himself up, but holds himself in the persona of Smolder and says, "Smolder give name. Smolder done job."
Sounds funny. I like it
Yes,
though.
I think it works
Better
occasionally.
than some.
Most of them are convinced. Not all, but
Better,
enough. And then not
better than
enough
some drill
confidence to
sergeants
challenge
I've
me,
known.
I can say that.
So,
Well, I guess then we
provided
better
we
be
manage
off.
this, is there any chance you could arrange an audience with her ladyship about
Yes,
our might?
I did mean to say, tonight, she has a open hearing for members of Dowie folk can enter the commons, and she hears the common cries.
Mm.
I believe
Alright.
it's something like that. It sounds more formal than it is.
And since you're obviously a cultured man, do you know of any local libraries that might have
We're
the
here.
books from?
This is all the books I have found in this godforsaken place.
Would you mind if, when I would have time, I would peruse them for writings from before the last crusade?
I don't believe I have any titles that far back. It's more of a discarded craftsman tool making guides, more of a hobby of mine. The Art of War by some dwarf, I believe, and then a few other bits and pieces, but nothing from lands afar. Just what I've found in the wreckage of this place before we sort of put it
Would
back
you still
together.
mind if I perused them?
I guess.
Lothar will take a bit of time to actually go through the books and
Mhm.
leave the party to leave if they so wish.
Okay. Is there
So,
anywhere would like to go then?
we meet back at the tavern.
Well, actually, we're gonna need you down at Gus's later.
What?
What's there?
Gus Lighthorn. Lighthorn? Lighthouse?
Oh,
Light something.
what?
This- the supply guy.
Oh, fair
Ah,
enough.
yeah.
You mean the
Gus
master
Lighthorn, yeah.
Wait, hang on. The Mechamist?
The-
Robo guy.
They were in the same building.
No. One was
Where we
in...
placed the order.
Yes, the head of the forge.
Yes.
Why are my notes wrong? Why are my notes wrong? I'm sorry. Okay, so I've got
Let me
the
double
people
check
the
as
wrong
well.
way. I thought we had Brumnir Ingot Smelter was the head of the forge.
Yes, you are. So where did we find
And I believe Gus was your contact to broker the galvanium deal.
Yes. Oh, right. Gus is somewhere on the
is
second floor,
second floor with the
above.
Lady Crag
Yes,
keeps. Yep.
yes, you are correct. Yes.
Okay, good.
Uh,
DM's not wrong.
yes.
Woof!
Yes. We should
The
check
DM
in
is
with
always
Brumnir.
right anyway. We would change the the names if
If this wasn't recorded, I wouldn't bother. But I'm trying to get continuity.
Don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Lothar, we need you with Brumnir later. And we should
Sure.
probably all go to Gus later at some point to discuss
Sure,
final
better.
dealings and logistics for the Galvinium.
So let's
But you do
say the
your
party heads
first.
over. So the party heads over to Gus without Sir Lothar. He stays perusing because you've got a message for Gus, I believe.
Yes, that will work.
And then you all meet back and have a chat with Brumnir.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So you head on over to Lady Cragkeep's residence, the town hall, if you will. On the outside, once again, two towering ogres who facially don't really resemble many features that would align them with Smolder, though Smolder's battle scars do a lot to hide any distinct features. With the prosthetic jaw that he's wearing and various scraps and scars that are visible, it hides a lot of anything that would be denotable, though the two ogres outside the door could be identical twins. You cannot distinguish between them. As you make your way in, you just hear one of them mutter, go like a dirty dwarf friend. Mutters as you pass on by, keeping a breadth and don't challenge you. Though as you make your way up to the second floor, knock on the door, and Gus welcomes you in, and his mechanical eye looks at you and does a double zoom. Seems to be looking through you, checking the corridor. Right, I believe you got some got an update for me then, I hope.
Aye. We had a chat with our buyer. He wants the fastest shipment possible.
Fantastic, that's what we'd like to hear. Years are going by quickly. He shakes his hands together.
However, he wants security on the transportation.
Oh, to be assumed, I was assuming yourselves would be probably providing that escort.
Well, is that allowed by her ladyship?
Would probably, unless you're otherwise. As long as you're not going to get signed up into any permanent contracts or anything, probably wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, definitely not.
Think we'll be fine.
Just
Let's write it off
silence
with
in the room. So the verdict
If,
is quick as possible.
Teleportation.
That's a lovely fight you've got there.
I believe that would
Contract
be 5 times the value, which would be a base of 112 years and 5 terms, if I recall correctly, which would be 5 times the value. You know the numbers.
That was the deal yesterday. With the new rates come into play. Let me have to do the calculations. I'll update it for you. He comes back a moment later and says, it's due to the increase in new legislation, it's going to be 140 years and 6 terms. But I trust that will be fine.
I look at him confused. I want to insight check that. I want to insight check the new exchange rate.
Go for it.
17.
17. There's a degree of nervousness in him that you're picking up.
You and I both know that an almost 30% increase in exchange rate is unheard of on a day-by-day basis.
Oh, unheard of. No, it's very, 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 very common in certain things here. You see, it's all to do with the new talk of plans for variable years, is I believe what they said it's going to be a revolutionary idea that's been tabled by none other than the head of the Forge, Bromner himself. I believe he this epiphany came to him, and he outlined that not all years are equal, and it took us a while, but after the pitch, I think everyone was pretty sold. And they laid down the foundation of varying rates based on race.
I will look over at Fuller. It's like, Fuller, dude, it's kind of cold here, isn't it?
I'll tell you what, I'm getting a bit cold.
I will look back over to Gus. So why are you sweating?
Let me just double check my numbers. Oh, sorry. Yes, I made a mistake.
Zone of truth.
100 Zone of Truth.
Aye.
Is it a wisdom save?
It is.
You know that he fails.
No, charisma saving throw.
It's a charisma. Okay. Same modifier. You know he fails. But you also know that he knows he's subject to something.
So 112 years seemed fair, right?
Well, with the new rate, as I was saying, 130 is the total bill at today's value.
You just said 140 a minute ago. You're already caving.
Well, I could show you now that with the new carryover and the new rate system, we've got a draft in working where Bromley is sort of creating an exchange rate book that's probably going to roll out across the whole colony, but it's more the table that I'm following now. I just followed the wrong. Well, I don't quite know what I did actually.
We both know you got that idea from different values of different lives from us. We discussed the prices the other day.
Not really.
Do not play coy with me.
He's looking at you blank. I don't believe we had that conversation. You had
Was that conversation with
Ariel?
Lady
Ariel, off the cuff, haphazardly as a parting phrase, threw this idea at Bromnir at the Forge.
Oh, Bromnir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did what? She definitely doesn't remember.
You are right. You are the inspiration behind this law.
Okay.
So what you're saying is there's a new policy that's in the making.
Yes, but it's already effective today because it will be in effect when the task is completed. So we can carry it through. He's going to make another
Hello?
save.
Hello?
Oh, you cut out for a while.
Yeah.
Riggs.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Sorry.
everyone did.
Yeah, all Discord's going. 1, 2. Marco.
Oh.
Oh no.
No.
When I'm getting pixels. Can anyone hear?
Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you. Maybe
Okay.
drop the cams. Maybe that helps.
We can drop the cams. Yeah. 300 ms.
Ooh.
God.
All right. So
Wow.
Gus expresses So Gus explains that by the time that the contract will be delivered, these rates will be in place, so he can bill it you now.
But those were not the rates that I discussed with my employer, which means this is a bit more difficult than that.
Well, you can update your employer on the new rate. I assume you contacted him on the same day, so you can contact him now.
Right, but what is that to prevent you from changing the rate again tomorrow, and then we'd be in an endless loop of doing this?
Just
I
sign
didn't
here, and
actually
you can
tell him
take
the
this rate.
rates.
As Bolger says, repeat again.
I whisper it to him.
I didn't actually tell him the price.
I was sort of shuffle with back, like, I know, that's not the point.
By the way, you're all in a
300
zone of truth
years.
here. So if you want to lie, you're gonna have to make a charisma save
Oh,
beat a 12.
what? Can't he place
Wow.
You've
Can't he
not
place
lied
the
yet,
space?
right? You've not lied yet, but if you want
No,
to,
no.
you're gonna make the roll.
Yeah. Well,
It's everybody
He's
in
15-foot
range.
radius as well, so we're
Yep.
all in range.
Yep.
why don't we split the difference, make it 120 gears, and then we lock that in.
He's looking a bit flustered and frustrated. You're gonna need to make a persuasion roll on this.
Persuasion roll. 4. That's rough.
130, and that's it. And if I'll let you communicate, and I'll lock it in, and it'll be 130 tomorrow. I can't keep it past another day, though.
Are you a gambling man?
He attempts to try and say something. I think he's gonna make another save. He just stays quiet. He looks at you.
How about a game of rock throw?
AKA rollies.
Of rock throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I win 120, if you win 140, how about that? 50-50.
My rocks.
Alright, but I get to choose the rock first.
He looks at you confused. He's basically saying, "Here's the dice," and you're going, "Here's my dice." No, oh right, you're saying you want to take which dice it is. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
So you roll first. Go on. Roll a d20. You rolled a
Balls.
9. 1d20. And Gus rolls a 4. Very well. 120. Deal is done.
All right, set up the contract.
Sign it. And you see that on a scrolled out parchment bench behind him, there is already a very lengthy contract filled with very fine print all the way through.
What is the final price that it's listed?
He scribbles that out and writes 120. And he actually writes 120 DY. And when you've seen this written previously, it's just been denoted as Y, but this is DY. Yes.
Above table, does the contract say anything about multiplying it by 5 for the teleportation?
Yes.
Okay.
Not to
Hoping you
re-role
forget
play
that.
out the actual lawyer scene again, but everything is as you've discussed. The base rate has just started
Sure.
at 120 now, basically.
Right, okay, sure.
Okay.
All seems in order. Where do I sign? Oh, I think it's here.
Yep, right there, there, and now here. another one here, and another one here, and 20 signatures later, you have signed all of the parchments. And so Lothar rejoins the party. Is there anything we want to crack on with? We've probably got another scene before the end of the session. So, what do you guys want?
I have one final question.
Mhm.
With you changing the base rates, and I assume this DY means dwarven years?
Correct.
How does this, how do the exchanges work for other people who have balances?
Get them converted to dwarf years as fast as possible is my recommendation.
Isn't Phineas a dwarf?
Last time I checked.
Oh, what's the problem, Tobin?
I don't know how his stat would be updated, but that's for Phineas to deal with. I can't be bothered. Phineas has put us in enough trouble by sending us here. All right.
Say that twice.
I will give Gus a firm handshake. I will.
Remember us when we were before the Phineas deal, when we were like, oh, we should just do some adventuring somewhere that is kind of safe, but good enough to gain some experience.
And then we end up in lawyer hell.
Yeah.
Do you not like my courtroom
final-
simulator?
One final thing, Gus. Before should we return tomorrow to discuss planning, logistics, how, when, where?
All in hand. All in hand. We have a delivery. You've signed here. Delivery date is this. That is the day it will be delivered for. Failure to meet, we will be reducing the fee in half. So that will be delivered by. Escort is by listed as yourselves. Recognition here by where you've signed, and I believe everything else will be taken care of by us. I'll have this over to the forge momentarily.
All right. What is the date that's listed on there?
6 months from
Or
now.
how many days? 6 months?
I think that's what we agreed on, if I remember that
Yeah.
first thing. There were 5 terms, I think, right?
Six.
In that.
Well, it's 6 terms.
It
Yeah.
got renegotiated to 6
Renegotiated
terms.
to 6. Yeah.
Yeah. Eh,
Yeah.
At no point have you actually asked about terms.
that's true. Maybe we should. Ariel wouldn't think of it.
Mm-hmm.
What are the terms? What are these terms?
Collections of years.
Could you elaborate?
If I owe you 100 years,
Mm-hmm.
that is 1 term. Not because it's 100, but because that's 1 agreement.
I'm not sure I'm following.
So someone could buy my term and collect on my 100 years.
Mm-hmm. So above table, with the contract saying 5 terms, what effectively does that mean?
Phineas is getting a lucky dip of he is this seems to be like an after ad hoc. It's more like a small amenities on the side, right? But you could win big on it, right? It's more it's an interesting concept I'm playing with, but it's the idea that hey, there are public debts to be settled and collected, right? You're going and collecting one on a bounty, right? That's effectively a term.
Mhm.
Okay. But if there are public
Mhm.
debt, those could be bought and then collected upon. That would be 1 term. So with this agreement, Phineas is spending 6 terms. So Phineas is going to be providing 6 terms. So Gus has 6 chances at getting a good deal, basically.
Right, to renegotiate the 120.
No, so the 120 is the fixed, right?
Mhm.
But there could be a private agreement of 5 years between a party that becomes bad, it becomes a public debt. That is a term. He could end up and he gets the term number, and that could then be, well, that's an extra 5 years if he can collect on it.
All right, this is financial gibberish
Sure.
that my brain is.
It's gibber. It's potluck. It's a potluck lottery system of getting public debt settled, basically.
Sure.
It's no impact to you specifically, but it's a way of someone saying he won it big on terms.
All right. All right. Seems in order. I will shake his hand, and I guess we will move on to the forge if we still want to go there.
Okie dokie. You meet Sir Lothar on the way. You head on over to the forge.
Did Lothar find anything interesting in the book collection?
What were you looking for? Because you said it was Iron Dominion, and I told you there was nothing there. What else were you looking for?
Essentially, any book that would mention the Crusade chapels in the area, that sort of thing.
No. Okay, so you do get one of the books, which is like the. So there's one which would be a front page missing, and like an author completely absent. The book is in poor upkeep compared to the rest, but it's been obviously rebinded. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The pages are old, frayed, ink blotted, written over, more like a child
I'll be right
in a
back.
shared textbook quality. But it does provide a story that you're sort of skimming through, setting in a kingdom that seems to just, you can't find its name referenced anywhere, but it's a kingdom. It's in the location of Orcrop. It's supposedly the crowning jewel, a crowning jewel bright enough to rival the domain of Eartha. That I would say, with your intelligence you put together, you're reading either a fairy tale of the original origins of the city keep that you're in now, or you're reading ancient history. You're not too sure which.
Okay.
Um,
I'll ask Smolder if I can keep his book, since he said it's not part of his hobbies, but he's interested
he'll
more in
he'll let you
craft.
borrow the book. He'll let you borrow it. Asks you to return it once you complete your
I'm back.
your contract as well.
Okay, fair enough.
It's on loan. So, as the party, the hobby was more him collecting nice things. So this is a nice thing to him.
Okay, fair enough, fair enough.
So you meet at the forge, and Brumnir, you make your way up. You are escorted through, and you can hear the forges bellowing. The hot smelting pots are going, and you can see fresh crates of very rough cut in all shapes and sizes of what you now recognize to be raw galvanium are conveying down into the great furnace below, and the room is hot. As Brumnir greets you all, he open arms takes in Sir Lothar and says, perfect. Time for the fitting process.
I look up at Torburn.
Aye, get on with it.
Okay.
Shall we say, for pretty much the rest of the evening, Sir
Mhm.
Lothar has a custom dwarf heavy plate mail armor set made and molded around him. Sorry, let me correct that. Fitted to him. The breastplate covers, but it doesn't cover the entire torso. The shoulder guards look more decorative as opposed to productive, and the gauntlets, he drops the full shoulder to wrist protection, as it just doesn't really fit you. But you get the gauntlets. You end up with like a helmet, a chest plate, some gauntlets, a strong cuirass to wear underneath all, and effectively strong leg plates with gilded sabatons.
Okay.
And you look like a dwarf that grew too big.
He is going to wear his surcoat over it, which
Okay,
is at this point cut and a bit torn here and there.
sure. 20 years. How's that sound?
20 years. Oh, works for me.
Didn't we already agree on a price?
You, I'm sure, obviously, with the fitting process now taken care of, and, well, let's just say we took a few liberties due to a high spending of your contract and recognition of Phineas's being the bankroll of this. We took a few liberties of grandeur, and he hands you the helmet. On the helmet is a diamond encrusted spike in the middle. This looks like a fish fin.
Okay.
You look like you could impale something on this and it would do some heavy damage. That's where the balance of
He...
years went.
Okay, yeah, well, I suppose. 20 years. There you go. And I hand him the note.
I will intervene, actually. Say, just so you're aware, Lothar, 5 years are coming off Phineas's tab. That's what I agreed on with Brumnir, and I sort of give him a stern look for sort of overstepping his boundaries by a 4x multiplier.
The master craftsman of wealth and exuberance. You wouldn't think he would stay within his margins? This is an artist gone wild with no budget. And he says, now,
That's awesome.
a shield.
Mhm.
Tower or circular?
Ah, tower's too heavy for me. Don't you have a kite?
Oh, I'm sure we could find one. And he brings you out a shield of +1.
Okay.
Oh.
What's it made of?
He begins to give you the elaborate explanation of part galvanium, part adamantitium, several aspects of reinforced
So it's a
bronze
metal
steel.
shield,
It's a
essentially.
metal shield, yes. Above board.
Fair enough.
This is just like what happened when I go to pick up my dog food from the pharmacy, and basically they have this discount flyer, and you have to fill in species. And every time me and my mom are like, "Wait, our dog is this kind of whatever, kind of poodle mutt." Combination. And they're like, dog, you have to write dog.
Yes, dog.
Dog.
Yes, absolutely. And he
Okay.
says,
Just like that with the paladin, galvanium, blah blah blah, metal.
very much so. Now it sinks in. And he turns to you,
Yeah.
Ariel, and he says, a gift.
Oh.
And he opens up a small box on the table beside and pulls out this wonderfully soft looking flowing fabric. And it's a sash. And he gives it to you. And this
Ooh.
sash is heavily laden with polished galvanium strips and rubies and diamonds.
Wow.
You can add a gemmed sash to your inventory. And I will give you in your chat description.
Let me see. Wow. That's cute. I like it. It's totally broken for me though, especially considering my party members that we don't really roll with. But it will have to it'll have to have some impact.
I will say I'll let you like play that one out, but this is more of a You are wearing. This is a dwarf mastercrafted piece that any dwarf will recognize and fawn over. Whether or not you think
Aw.
that will apply to your party members, that's up to you, right?
Yeah, and before some dwarf admires it, and Ariel is like, "Oh, have it."
it's just a cheap freebie I got. Don't worry about it.
Yes, it's nothing.
It's nothing. It was
Yeah.
a tie-in. It was a promotional offer. It didn't mean anything to me.
It's such a pretty little trinket.
Absolutely.
Mm.
And he looks to you, too, actual dwarfs, and says, "Well, couldn't convince you for anything else, could I?
Oh,
How's your
I
gun?
already.
Oh,
It's
wait, of course,
amazing.
that
Well,
reminds me." He gives you your. Did you call it Avalanche?
yes.
Avalanche is unveiled with a finesse and a bravado and a craftsman who is proud. Along not just the muzzle, but leading all the way back in a strong Art Deco dwarven design, all in smelted sapphire encrusted gems, all the way down to the handle and trigger, is your magically enchanted Avalanche.
Oh, I can't wait to shoot this thing.
I'll say you this though. When it gets too hot, just give it a rub here. She'll cool down.
Aye.
And he gives you the rendition. It's like you sort of rub on sort of halfway down the nozzle, and you watch as he creates a little bit of heat on it. The rubies, sorry, not the rubies, the sapphires all glow, and the nozzle immediately like goes a colder, like the metal itself instantly begins to cool quickly.
Ooh. That's what I'm talking about.
Aye. How many years did we say for this again? Just checking my notes.
Let me double check. I have it written somewhere here. 7 years.
7 years, yes. About that. It's gone up to 8, I'm afraid. But I trust that's absolutely fine.
Yeah. A little stingy. It's all good. I want my baby.
Fantastic. Here you go. And you take back your avalanche. And he says, I had word from Gus. Just beat me here. Message he sent over. He said the order's been confirmed. Delivery in 6 months. You can trust us. We've got it sorted.
All right.
Never missed an order at the Artisan Forge under my watch. Gives you the dwarven salute.
Hang on, where's me pickaxe?
Ah! I knew I was forgetting something. Forgive me. My head's really been in sort of the quantifying the galvanium and the rates and all the furnishing. Yes, I forgot we had the order sorted. And he goes back into sort of his pile of gems. Whereas all the rest have been very clearly crafted. To put it bluntly, as he actually pulls it out of the pile of gems that was just lying around in this forge, in the corner that you saw last time, just the unfiltered gems. To describe it, if you pictured an axe covered in PVA and threw it in breadcrumbs and then picked it up, this is now your axe, just covered in all the gems that it was stuck in. You can add your gem-encrusted pickaxe to your inventory.
I have to say I'm kind of disappointed.
Well, next time you go mining with that, you see if there's nothing it can't get through. Look at the tip. And as you do, you see the actual craftsman that's gone into this. There is a honed, sharp tip that's no longer metal. It's like a triangle prism crafted out of the bottom of a diamond.
Oh, well, looks can be deceiving, can't they? Look at that craftsmanship.
He gives you a wink.
Oh,
Absolutely.
aye. Well, can you get through that galvanium?
Without even trying.
Well, let me give it a go then.
Just don't swing it near Serene's arm, Silothar's armor. You'll go straight through it.
That's fine.
You know,
There's a
not
nice
everyone
big
from the
rock over
Dominion is
there.
called Rain. We have
Uncut and
other
crude.
names.
Let me cut that for you with this axe.
Swing.
What are you swinging at, sorry?
The crude galvanium.
Sure. So the unrefined stuff. You just pick out a boulder. As you go to lift it, you realize the pickaxe has got really light, like really light in comparison to previously. You barely put any effort in, and in fact, you just sort of you get it over the shoulder, and then you just let it drop. The large, big boulder that you put it into, like the sharpest wood splitting, the sharpest axe you've ever seen splitting a log with no effort or weight behind it, goes straight through it. And in fact, before you realize Brumner is sort of saying, please don't, and the tray and crate that this boulder is resting in, you go straight through the rock and then impale through the bottom of the container as well. Well, no worries.
You did say he could test it on it.
I didn't mean my workshop, but never mind.
Welcome to Valdred.
That'll get you to any natural or magically enchanted, I believe, mineral in its purest state.
Well, I can't wait to go mining in the fair with this.
Winks at Harry.
Winks at Harry. the disrespect.
Anyway, don't forget to tell people where you got these from. Always love a bit of promotional material. Overseas orders are finest.
We said 5.5 years for this.
Yeah, that's actually only 5. It was a little bit easier than we thought.
Bargain. I'll let Phineas not know.
So all in, that's 33 years, and the sash was thrown in as a great deal. So, are we adding that onto the tab for Phineas then, or are we collecting a debt now? A little rock tells me that you recently made a name for yourselves.
What do you think, Lothar? Pay for this ourselves if we want to. Though, I think Phineas owes us a little job compensation, if
Hazard
you will.
pay. Brumner volunteers.
I'll defer to you on this, Torbran. Phineas is your contact.
Brumner, 20 of Phineas's tab, rest of ours.
He looks a little bit saddened, but says, "Very well. Respect the buyer."
Anytime. We'll come back if we need more.
Whose years are we taking? I assume you're producing the parchment to.
Only 13 years.
I suppose you can have from my tab.
Very well. I'll draw them up now. He draws up another contract, states takes 13 years, removes the 13 off your contract with a marker, asks you, Salothar, to sign, etc. Creating another check.
This also looks really weird to Ariel. Like she's sort of like, I mean, they're trading years. Shouldn't there be some sort of magic happening with like some writings or some true name magic going on, something like that? You know, like years. They're important.
She's like, okay.
Just imagine some slaves working their asses off 2 continents away, and the people 2 continents away using that labor as currency. Same thing.
I don't get it.
No, the recording stopped.
Oh no.
I don't know when.
I think it might have stopped when you were cutting out.
Just check it quickly. Just see what the ending of it is.